Hi, my name is Mike, and this is the Ultimate Frontline Leadership Training Program. I'm making videos helping people in the food service industry or the retail industry or the entertainment industry, any of the industries that have frontline workers. I'm showing you how to become a manager. How can you make more money, get your medical and benefits for your family, and how can you change this job into a career? That's what I'm here to show you. Now, one of the things you have to learn that when you become a manager, there's certain things you cannot do. And one of them is you can't lose your temper. You just can't do it. You can't yell, scream, be frustrated, lose your cool, threaten people. That just cannot happen. If you've ever had that happen to you, if you've ever had a manager yell at you or dress you down, especially like in front of other people, customers, maybe other employees, you know that how embarrassing it can feel and how that's just not the way things should be done. There is a better way. Let me show you how to do it. Now, a really good manager will always be positive, supporting, and honest. You can't let anger get control of the situation. When you have to raise your voice to get your point across, you've already lost it. They're already not on board. Yelling may get them to move faster temporarily. They'll go back to their old behaviors as soon as you're gone. Managers are role models to the people who work for them. And so if you yell and scream, you're giving them permission to yell and scream. And let's face it, with a whole department full of yelling and screaming people, the customers aren't going to want to have anything to do with you. You have to be the prime example of how to be. You have to show that you care more about the person than the problem that needs fixing. So you, at all times, as a manager, as a leader, you have to demonstrate correct behavior, correct attitude, correct attention to detail. You have to demonstrate all these things to your employees if you want them to do those things too. All people need a safe place to work. We all want to show up and have everybody know our name and say, hi, how you doing? And be happy to see you. And you need to know that, your job's not in jeopardy every time you show up to work. People need, a calm, reassuring place to work. And one way you can deliver that is to not focus on the people who are doing something wrong, but the action that's wrong and how to get it fixed. So you and that other person are going to work together to fix the problem. They're not the problem. You and the person are helping to fix the problem. That's really a great way to do it. You need to do this with authority, responsibility, and compassion. But whatever you do, you cannot lose your stuff, man. You just can't do it. You can't yell, scream, get frustrated. It's just going to lose all of your credibility for your employees, and they're not going to want to listen to anything you have to say. And then when you're done yelling and screaming, guess what? When they go on break, they're going to be telling everybody all about how you were yelling and screaming. And now you have more people against you, more people not liking you and being angry at what you did. You don't need that. You need credibility. Don't throw your credibility away. Be nice, focus on the problem and not the person. Remember the 5-minute rule. If something you see or something happens and you get really aggravated, it really frustrates you. Maybe you've dealt with this 20 times before in the past and it's just still not getting done and you're reaching your limit, you cannot lose your temper. You need to go do the 5-minute thing, go walk around, go talk to somebody you enjoy talking to, watch one of these videos. I make these videos about the 5-6 minutes in length on purpose, or watch one of these videos again. Go for a walk, do something fun. And that way, in 5 minutes, you look at your watch, you go, okay, it's been 5 minutes. I do not have permission to be angry anymore. I'm done with it. It's over. And then go back and re-engage somebody else and get some positive things going for you before you go back and address that other person. Okay, do not go for a walk and then go back and address that situation. All right, that's not going to help a whole heck of a lot. Go for a walk, deal with something else, get a few wins on your side, so you're feeling a little better, and then go and address the issue that's not getting resolved. Now remember, documenting in your notebook, right? You've always got a little notebook around here, right? And so documenting stuff in your notebook, or even an official write-up, that's going to sound a lot louder than any screaming could possibly do. If you really want to make an impression, you want to write it down in your notebook. And maybe you're going to schedule a write-up for later. Maybe you're just going to document it this time. You're going to document it every time you show up and that same problem is happening. You'll put down in your notebook the person's name, the date, and what they're not doing or what have you. And that way, it's documented. Don't do it in front of them, all right? You're not being, snotty or anything like this. once you turn the corner, go away, whatever, put it in your book, write yourself a note. Now you've got it documented. You get a couple of more of these things on the same subject from the same person, and now we're going to talk about doing some documentation, do a write-up. All right, and there's some other videos about how to do that as well. But what you cannot do is yell. You can't yell and scream. You can't lose your stuff. You know, people will get to know when you're angry, all right? I never yelled at my crew, but they knew when I was angry because I get really quiet when I got angry. And, you know, I often couldn't help my facial expressions, although I would really try. You know, it's nobody's going to get this perfect. You just have to continually work on it day after day after day. And pretty soon, your patience is going to increase, and people are going to like working with you because you're not blowing up at every little thing that happens right when it happens. So remember, if you're a manager, you cannot lose your stuff. Take a break, go for a walk, watch a video, do something, and then go get a couple more wins someplace else, and then come back and deal with the situation. Or maybe even the next day, come back and deal with the situation. If you can do that, that's even better. If you can sleep on it, oftentimes you'll get better ideas of how to deal with it too. And the next day when you come on in, you'll be all fired up and ready to go. You'll know how to handle the situation. So remember, managers cannot lose your stuff, all right? Have a nice day.